Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I am a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses, and today is day 20 for the Inspiration Journal course, where I am showing you how I put together this collage art journal page by page so you can follow along at home if you would like to. The collage prompt for today is washi tape. So this is always a fun supply to use in our journals, and I think most of us in the junk journal world have quite a large supply of washi tapes, and I wanted to use this ballet themed washi tape that I got from the lovely Karen. Big thank you to Karen. This washi tape I use often. Anytime that I have a ballet story that I want to record in my journal, I will put a strip of this washi tape down on the page so that helps me when I flip through a journal find whenever I'm going to be talking about ballet. I can easily find that because of that washi tape with the ballerinas on it. Same thing for when I write a story about my cat Keanu. I will often put down a piece of cat washi tape, black cat washi tape, and that way as I flip through my journal, if I want to find Keanu stories and remember them, I can just flip through my journal, and whenever I see that strip of cat washi tape, I know, oh, here's a Keanu story, and oh, over here there's another one, and over here there's another one. So that just helps me in terms of like an organizational tool for my journals, and helps me to find my writing, find my stories. So yeah, I'm using that washi tape as my inspiration for this page with the ballerinas, and therefore I am going to be journaling about ballet and how doing ballet is a dream come true for me. But yeah, another option would have been to use the cat washi tape, and I could have done a page spread about my love of cats now that I have a black cat, or something about Keanu, or something like that. But because I've already done a cat page in my journal for the photo prompt on day 11, I thought, yeah, I won't use the cat washi tape again for this page. Let's use something different. Let's use the ballerina tape. And because I've got these ballet books, I have 4 of them, I knew that I could get a lot of get a lot out of this theme, the ballet theme. So I would be able to cover I would be able to cover the page. So that's a factor when I'm deciding what to include in my journal and how to do my page spreads. I'm thinking about, do I have enough items, papers, ephemera pieces to go on the page to cover the entire 2 page spreads? Because if I don't, well then maybe I will save that for a different project, or I'll wait until I do have enough of that category, that theme, before I do a page with it. So yeah, I knew that I did have a lot of ballet pieces that I could use, and look at these beautiful photos and drawings in this ballet book. I got this one from an op shop down when I was in Melbourne, and just look at those beautiful photos. I've always, even as a kid, I loved looking at books with photos of ballerinas and their beautiful dresses and their point shoes and just the beautiful positions. The arabesque is one of my favorites. The leg extensions are my favorites. Adage is my favorite in ballet. I find that there's 2 types of people in ballet. There's that kind of saying. The people who like allegro and the people who like adage. And allegro is tends to be fast, dynamic, the jumps, the jumping, the leaping. And then there's the people who like adage, which is slow, controlled movements and flowy, and the whole arabesque lines and the extensions, the leg extensions. Though, adage is my thing. I'm not very good at it, but I love it. It's just one of the most beautiful things, seeing the beauty of adage and ballet in general. And yeah, it takes me a little while to figure out how I want to arrange everything on the page. This ended up being one of those pages where I had too much actually that I wanted to include, and so then it's a bit of a wrestle trying to eliminate certain pieces so that, or finding a way to fit them all onto the page And yeah, I tend to just go all in if I have a lot of things I want to include on the page. I'm not very good at being selective. I tend to kind of just jam everything onto the page. And so it might look a bit cluttered, it can look a bit messy, not the most aesthetically pleasing, not the most beautifully well put together page, but that doesn't matter to me because my priority is just putting the things that make me happy, that I want to see on the page. And if that's a lot of things, then a lot of things will probably go on the page. Either that or I will go over multiple page spreads. Sometimes, yeah, I do go with the more simplistic minimalist look, but other times I just have such a hard time deciding what to put on the page, and I will just go with everything. Everything I love, just chuck it on the page. So yeah, anyway, this, you're probably wondering, where is the washi tape on this page? I shared the washi tape or showed it on my desk at the start of this video, but it doesn't actually feature until the very end, where I will put it down the center of the journal, and that just covers the middle pieces. So it's being practical in its function. It has a function to keep everything together down the middle so that the glue doesn't lift up, or the pieces of paper don't lift up in the middle where it's constantly being folded back and forth as the pages turn. But also I'm just laying down everything first as well, because that way the washi tape won't be covered at all, and I really want the washi tape to be on the top so you can see all of the beautiful ballerinas on that washi tape. And then yeah, it does take me a little while to figure out how to arrange it all, but as you can see, it's coming together now. I had this beautiful scrapbook paper here with the ballerinas, and that's perfect because it also gives me my journaling space. So I knew I wanted that somewhere on the page, and as much of the journaling space as possible to be used, because yeah, that's where I'm going to be adding my writing. And then I wanted a photo and also an illustration from that book, so that's those two photos. And then my plan for when I came to add my journaling to this page was to add a photo. So where possible, I try to add something to the page when I add my journaling. Some pages, they were already really busy, or just nothing suited going on top that I could find, and I only added writing. But this one, I knew I wanted to add a photo of me fulfilling my ballet dream, where I am wearing a tutu and tiara for one of our performances on stage in a musical where we did a classical ballet. And yeah, that was such a huge dream come true. You've probably heard me tell this story many times on my channel if you followed it for any length of time, because it's such a significant story in my life, and one that I hope encourages people as well. It encourages me. Like sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm too old for this, or that ship has sailed for that. But when I think of the ballet dream and remember that whole unfolding of that dream, I remind myself, or that story reminds me and encourages me that no, it's not too late. And if the fire still burns, then go after it. So when I was a kid, yeah, I loved ballet. I was always stretching and dancing at any chance I could get. But I never took ballet classes or any classes because I was a really shy kid and didn't want to try anything new, or do anything like a sport or a class or anything, because that was just too scary. And so I had this dream to be a ballerina, but I was, it didn't happen when I was a kid. And then as I grew older and was an adult, I thought, okay, well, the older I get, the more years that pass, I think that dream is no more. That dream, it's too late to pursue that dream. That ship has sailed. But what I found at the age of 26 was that no, I'm going to just give it a go anyway, because even if I don't make it as a ballerina or anything, that wasn't my goal anymore necessarily. My goal was just to do ballet. That was it, just to do the one thing, or one of the things when I was a kid that I really wanted to do, try it at least once. And so I enrolled in beginner adult ballet classes at the grand old age of 26. And I did 2 years being taught by ex-professional ballerinas. So that was really, really cool and really enjoyed it. That gave me a good foundation. And that was back when I was in Melbourne. When I moved to Bowen, which is a small country rural town, I thought, okay, well, now the ballet dream has sailed, because I'm not going to be able to do ballet in such a small town. I didn't think there were going to be any dance schools that would allow adults to dance. Like, they wouldn't have an adult dance school in Bowen. And I didn't think any of the kids' dance schools would let adults dance. But then, yeah, a couple years later, after I moved to Bowen, I discovered that there was a dance school that was willing to accept me as an adult to join the senior class, because the senior class, they were teenagers, high school students, but they hadn't done ballet as a kid. So often you have kids that are doing ballet at 4 years old right up until they're a teenager. But these ladies, girls in the senior class, they had only been doing ballet for a couple of years or a few years. And so when I was talking to the ballet teacher or the dance school teacher, she said, yeah, you can fit in well with the senior class because, well, first of all, I'm short, and so I'm the same height as the senior girls, and also because we're at the same level, because I had the 2 years experience at the beginner school as an adult, and they had only just pretty much had the few years too. And so that worked well, that I could join in with their class. If you'd like to hear the rest of this story, head on over to my Patreon where you can see the journaling video. A big special thank you to all my beautiful patrons who supported in May. Thank you for allowing me to do this for another month. I hope you absolutely love being a patron and all the extra rewards you get over on my Patreon. You get access to extra videos and printables and personal updates, first access to my journals, and much more. So if you'd like to become a patron in June, feel free to check out the link in the description box to my Patreon.